me before purchasing them is that the box stated that you'll notice a 95% noise reduction. Out of the box, it comes with headphones, obviously, which by the way are not wireless. It comes with a travel adapter which can be used when on board planes, and a battery that we use to power on the noise cancelling feature. The first thing I noticed about these headphones is that they're covered in plastic. I didn't have high expectations considering that they were only $50, but I will say that they are solid. They aren't extremely flimsy, which is a pro for me because I don't feel like they'll break easily. The inside of the ear cups feature 30mm drivers, which are decently sized, and the ear cups are pretty cushiony. As I stated earlier, the unboxing did come with a battery. The battery is used for the noise cancelling feature, which will be inserted into the headphones by opening the right ear cup. Do this by pressing into the dimple on the side and popping open the lid. Once you insert the battery and put the lid back on, you can then turn on the noise cancelling feature. From this perspective, I can see why these would be perfect for travel. In my experience with them, I found myself turning the feature on more and more because I like to hear a little bit of low end in my music. Now, considering that they do, personally I don't think these headphones have a simple answer as to whether you should buy them or not. I can see them totally used for if you're more like me and you like to hear a little bit more aggressive punch, then chances are these are not for you. Links to my Instagram page and Twitter page are below or on my channel homepage. As always,
hello there everybody. Today, I'll be taking a look at the Bose SoundSport in-ear headphones. And there are also wireless versions for around $150 to $200. Opening up the box, we get the headphones along with some documentation, some extra ear tips, and a soft, lightweight carrying pouch. Taking a look at the accessories first, the extra translucent ear tips come in small, medium, and large varieties, with the medium ones already on the headphones, and they're distinguishable by different colors that are on the inside. I felt that the medium ones were pretty good for me. The carrying pouch isn't a hard shell carrying case, and is actually pretty flexible. The inside is made of a soft cloth material and has a pouch for storing those extra ear tips. It also comes with a carabiner that can be detached, making the case good for traveling. Taking a look at the headphones that came in the charcoal color variant, they feature a 42-inch black cable, a standard 3.5mm headphone jack that's surrounded with dark gray rubber, and there's also a detachable clothing clip that's meant to prevent the headphone wires from moving too much while you're exercising. It's useful, but personally I didn't find them necessary. As for the earbuds, they have some more black and dark gray with a black Bose logo, and they also have some noticeable markers for left and right earbuds. As for the ear tips, they don't really match with the rest of the headphones, and the translucent white does make them stand out. Also, it's easy to swap out ear tips thanks to a little hook that's on the earbud. As for the sound quality, the bass was lacking while the mids and highs were more pronounced. There were clear vocals and instrumentals, but the bass was barely even punchy, making these not the best things for bass heads, but better for those who want a good all-around sound. In terms of using the SoundSports, the ear tips with their rubbery material and their narrow shape didn't feel super secure in my ear at first when compared to ear tips that have the typical rounded shape, as these ear tips don't really wedge against your ear. But they managed to stay secure thanks to the earbud design and the rubber hook attached to the ear tip. While running, I could forget about them and just listen to music due to the unintrusive ear tips, which is definitely a plus. These headphones also managed to remain fully functional after and during exercise as they are sweat resistant. However, these can let a fair amount of sound loose, meaning that if you have these turned up quite a bit, they can disturb others around you. They also let in some outside noise as well, making these not the best for listening in a quiet environment. Overall, I would give the Bose SoundSport wired headphones a 6 out of 10. These definitely make a compelling offer for the case. With those ear tips, I could listen to music for more than an hour without getting fatigued or uncomfortable, and I could forget about them while I was running distance. So, if you enjoyed, then leave a like. If you want to see some more, then
chances are you've seen the MDR 7506, or its cheaper cousin, the MDR V6. These headphones are immensely popular amongst live sound guys, and sometimes even find themselves in some studios. We will try to find out if MDR 7506 deserve their fame and how they have stood against the test of time. Pretty sure everyone who has listened to these headphones won't be surprised to see that their frequency response is rather top-heavy. Now, let's see why the MDR 7506 sounds like it does. First off, it's safe to say that this Sony headphone isn't known for its bass. The low end starts to roll off at 50 Hz, which doesn't mean that you'll be missing much of the music. However, for serious studio use, it is insufficient. High THD doesn't help here. For most of the samples we measured, it peaks at significant 15% at 100. Recommend avoiding mixing bass with these headphones at all costs. 100 Hz to 2 kHz shows good linearity with minimum channel differences. This is the region where much of the musical information resides, so despite its other shortcomings, the MDR 7506 does much right. Usually, if your mids aren't right, then who cares about the rest? After 2 kHz is where the real trouble starts. Severe peaking starts in this region right up to 10 kHz, where a gradual peak up to 10 decibels makes these sound very harsh and at times sibilant. We can see this might be useful in extra lows and mids from the PA and room whilst wearing these. So for live applications, this peaking could actually make sense, but not for making critical mixing decisions. In studio environment, the high frequencies will be very disorienting. Most music simply sounds harsh on these cans. The hi-hats and cymbals will just be too much to bear. Also, the de-essing cannot be properly done, just like on the M50X. Your mixes most probably will sound quite dull on other systems. All in all, these would be rather good headphones if it wasn't for the overhyped highs. Interestingly enough, the very top end of the MDR 7506 is Technica M50X. Post-calibration to the MD 7506 becomes not only more precise, but also euphonic. You can actually enjoy listening to some tracks on it. Extra low bass extension will be gained by calibration. However, the performance ceiling is largely set by poor THD performance. Tonal richness caused by THD still persists, therefore bass mixing is problematic. The linearity increase in mids won't be easy to detect. However, stereo image will be more precise if individual calibration is used. This is where Sony really did it right, and SonarWorks plugin keeps those clean mids intact. Highs is where the most work will be done. SonarWorks plugin removes the AM radio tinny sound by completely removing the enormous peak at 2 sound much more natural. Hence, they can finally be mixed with confidence. The 11 kHz to 20 kHz dip is restored to neutral as well. Overtones and spatial cues can be easily heard, making the sound wider. Instruments are more easy to detect in phantom stereo image. This top octave might not be much in the big picture, but SonarWorks makes sure you can hear all. Do change for the better when SonarWorks calibration is used. The MDR 7506 completely changes its character and becomes a useful tool for mixing many types of the respectable age of this headphone design. But all in all, the performance gain.
What's going on YouTube? It's Mike here. Today guys, in this video I'm going to be unboxing the Beats Studio Wireless Matte Black Edition. This should be a pretty interesting video. Studio 2 is the most recent version, and before I get into this, I know I'm going to have a lot of people in the comments that are saying, Mike, why on earth did you buy Beats? Now, this has a $379 price tag, and so you're probably thinking that I'm crazy here. First of all, you have what everybody says, average sounding headphones with a giant price tag. You're really only paying for the name, the presentation, and the style. There's a lot of controversy between these headphones, and the first versions of all Beats were just awful. And so I kind of wanted to pick these up to see, first of all, if the quality is really that awful like everyone says, and also because, well, I just wanted to give Beats one more chance. I actually just got rid of my old Solo ones. I had Solo HD ones, and they were pretty bad. I can't lie. I bought them for $200 and sold them for less than $80. So that was a big mistake, but I'm giving Beats one more chance before I finally give up on this brand and move to something like Audio-Technicas to see if they're really that awful. So like I said, $379 these ran me. I actually just picked them up from the Apple Store. There's the big price tag to prove it. And so, you know, on the box, I know there's a bad reflection with my lights and all. I'll have this unwrapped in a second, but we have the Beats headphones here. You have the new Bluetooth wireless matte black finish. It says Beats Studio Wireless. We got some information on both sides here. All the information you need down here, some serial number stuff and information on the bottom, stuff on the side. Alright, so let's go ahead and cut this seal open. The other reason I also picked these up is this week I'm actually working on a really cool video project. I guess you could call it cool, pretty interesting as well. I'm not giving the exact details out on it yet, but you're going to want to stay tuned. I need at least a week, week and a half to play around with them and see how they are before I get started. And also a week or week and a half before I decide whether I'm going to keep the wireless edition if the wireless feature is worth the extra $80, downgrade to the wired version, or just return them in general. Alright, so let's slide this off here. Very similar to my previous Beats box. That's it for this insert. Here we are greeted with the red Beats logo, and I guess this just slides up. Alright, there we go. It says here, the original remastered. And there we have the Beats logo. Put this stuff to the side here. Let's swing this open. Alright, and there is the Beats case, so we'll go ahead and pull that out. Before we get to the Beats and the Beats case, we'll put that to the side. We'll check out what we got in here. Looks like this just comes out. And then in right here, can't really see. Guessing we have the charger and cable and stuff, so let's go ahead and check that out. Yep, I was right. Okay, first thing we got here is the brick charger, very similar to an Apple brick adapter. You just put your USB cable for your Beats to charge them up in there. And then we also do have our cable to use the Beats. This is, well, the first one is to charge them, and then we have two cords in here. Let's check those out, actually, if I could get them out of here. Well, we have a little thing to put on the carrying case that'll come in handy. You have the standard red wire, which does have the remote control with the microphone and volume controls. This you won't really need those since they're built into the Beats, but they pack them in anyways, so that's pretty cool. And if you're not the one who wants the flashy red wire and want your new black matte black Beats to match with your wire, then this wire is for you. Except the only disadvantage with this one is there's no remote controller microphone. So you're either going to get no features on a black matching cable or all features on a not so matching red cable. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. Or sorry, this was the charging. This is the red cable. A little out of sorts. This is just a Beats booklet. You know what, I'm not going to open this. I know what's in here, actually. This is the Beats sticker. I believe there's a cleaning cloth in here, too, because this matte finish tends to get a lot of grease and fingerprints, so I'm sure I'll be needing that a lot. And it's also got some instructions and some warranty information. Alright, so we're going to put all this to the side, and we're going to get started on the Beats. And by the way, for that packaging you just saw is part of the price you pay, too. Really nice presentation, big, hefty, thick cardboard box. It's going to cost something. So here's the Beats case. So this is different from the previous one I had for my solos, which was not a hard case like this. It was soft material. Didn't feel like it was really going to protect them. This one, in this case, however, I definitely think will protect them much better. So we'll give it the grand old unzip. And there are the Beats right there. It's funny, in my last unboxing with the solos, I remember those were wrapped in plastic. These, in this case, aren't. So we'll go ahead and pull them out. There they are. That's it for the case. The only thing that sucks about this case is there's no pocket of any sort to actually put your charging cord or cable cord into. I guess you could just stick them around the headphones if you want. Right, and here are the Beats Studio Wireless. So this is it. This is your $379 before tax. This is the guy right here. So very soft ear cups right off the bat, it feels like. I'm excited to see how those feel. Right up here you have Beats on the headphones, as you can see right there. On one side here you got wireless. I don't know how well you can see that. I'm hoping that's in focus. I'm on manual focus right now. Here it says Studio. Down here you can see that we have on the what is this, left? Yep, the left ear cup, we have our up and down volume controls, as well as the Bluetooth connectivity button, and I also believe that's a pause and play button. I could be right, I could be wrong, I don't know, I've never had these before. This is the optional jack you can use if you want to switch over to wired listening, which is also an option with these, and I hear that the wired listening is actually much better than the wireless. If it's that much of a difference, these are going back and I'm getting the wired, just saying that right off the bat. We have the micro USB charging port to get these guys charged up, and there is our little button that indicates what your battery is on. Although for me pressing that, I got nothing. And right here, I guess charge me up before you turn me on. Okay, so I'm guessing the unit isn't charged up then in this case. This actually isn't a pressable button. It's just telling you to charge up the device before you use it. So that guy comes off just like that, and we'll actually take off the other one over here, just so you could see. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm assuming the unit is dead, and I'm gonna have to charge them up before I use them. But there you go. Those are the Beats Studio Wireless, the matte black edition. You can see very nice matte black finish. There's really no shine to them, which I really like. These are kind of low profile. They'll look, I think, really good. From what I've seen in pictures of people wearing them, they do look really fashionable. I was going to go for the gold first, but then I thought it was too flashy, so I opted for these. And so both sides are fully expandable if you have a large head. I do have a large head, and I'm probably going to need to expand these quite a bit. It does it on both sides, and these also fold in, so you can compactly put them in the case and carry them around, which is a nice feature. The ear cups kind of move a little bit, not as much as they did on the original Solo and Studio ones, which I really like. It just made them feel like crap. So overall, this build quality feels a lot better, but we're going to have to put it to the test and see. But anyways, there you guys go. That is my unboxing of the Beats Studio Wireless Matte Black Edition. I'm really kind of actually excited to play around with these and get a feel for them, and also put them to the test, you know, see if, first of all, the wireless quality was worth the extra $80 that I paid, and also to see if the audio quality really matches up with what people are saying of how it's just not the best, or if it's completely turned around. These are actually better than the Solo ones, or overall they just exceed my expectations. I'm looking forward to see exactly what happens and how I feel about these headphones. So I'm going to need about a week and a half, and within that time I'm going to be working on this project as well that you guys are going to want to stay tuned for based on these headphones right here. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already to stay tuned. Leave some comments below on your thoughts.
In the AKG N60 NC wireless headphones, and I heard that these offer a first-class noise cancelling feature. I'm really excited to check them out. But anyway, let's take a quick look at this box and then open these up and get my first impressions on these. And just so you guys know, these retail at around £249. They're quite small for that price bracket, but it's for a reason, and I'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, let's look at this box. So as you can see here, they've actually won a design award here from IF. And on the box here, it does say first class, noise cancelling headphones, fine-tuned for traveling. So the reason they're so small is because they're specifically designed for when you go commuting or traveling to another country, which is perfect for this time of the year. But anyway, picture looks good. You can see there they're Bluetooth as well. And here you've got a little plane indicating they're suitable for planes and traveling. Okay, so let's look at the side of the box here. You can see here the inline remote. It has one button, so it's a detachable cable with universal one button remote control, including a microphone, which means you can use your phone and speak to people through this cable. On the back of the box here, you can see they highlight some stuff. For example, the fact that these are designed for traveling, as I mentioned earlier, and urban environments and commuting. So that noise cancelling is really handy. For those of you that don't know, what happens is they play the outside noise in reverse phase on the inside, so that you basically don't hear most of that ambient noise from planes, trains and automobiles and stuff like that. And you can see here it says 15 hours of noise cancelling, and that's 15 hours noise cancelling with the Bluetooth on. If you're just using Bluetooth without the noise cancelling, you get 30 hours, and if you're not using either of those and you plug it in with a cable, it can last forever. Well, until your phone dies. So another great feature about these headphones is the 3D axis folding points here. So what it can do is actually fold down to quite a compact size. So for you ladies out there, if you want to fit these headphones in your handbag, the way that these compact down is really good. It's really going to be helpful and space saving for you guys. And if you need to fit these onto a carry-on case if you're getting on a plane, it's perfect. Because some headphones, I've done a lot of headphone reviews lately, some headphones do take up a lot of space. Yes, they sound good, but you want something that sounds good and can fit in that carry-on suitcase or handbag or whatever you've got with you, and these might be the perfect headphones for you. And it also tells you here a bit more about the headphones itself, about the output and stuff like this, the length of the cable. They come in black and stuff like this. Okay, so I'm going to open these up now and see what comes with them. I just noticed AKG, established in 1947 in Vienna. Really cool. It's nice to know that the audio company you're buying from have been in the business for a long time. It means that they've really fine-tuned their equipment. So I'm really sorry guys, at some point during the filming of this unboxing video, the battery on my lav mic ran out. But a little word of advice to you aspiring YouTubers out there: never get yourself into a situation that you can't innovate your way out of. And this actually happened to me once before when I was at the Game of Thrones exhibit in London. And if you want to check out how I got out of that situation, watch that video at the end of this video. But anyway, back to the unboxing. So the N60s come in this really nice AKG neoprene pouch. And first impressions are these look really premium. They're quite lightweight at 200 grams, which is perfect, again, for carrying around with you. I do like the branding on the back, and the finish they've used is fantastic. And in the middle there you can see the AKG logo. Now these ear cups are really fantastic. They've got this protein leather which actually help the noise cancelling. And the headband itself is really flexible, which means it will fit your head no matter how big it is. And on the sides here you can see a bit of branding, and on the inside you can actually see the labels to let you know which one is left and right. And on the back here you got the N60 NC wireless branding, letting people know you got the latest version of these headphones. So on the side of the headphones here you've got the controls. You've got a switch to turn on the noise cancelling and Bluetooth. Underneath that you've got another switch to skip tracks forward and back, which is really handy as well if you've got your phone in your pocket. On the other side you've got the USB charging port. If you're using the noise cancelling feature, you are going to need to charge these. And just under that you've got the 3.5mm audio jack input. The headband has a really nice feature. As you adjust it, it actually has numbers to let you know how far you've adjusted it. So once you figure out how big your head is, you can set the perfect size for your headphones every time you use them. Now let's look what else comes in the box. So again you can see here 1947 AKG Vienna. Under that cover we have the user manuals, and I think the warranty information presented really nicely. Let's open this up. As expected, the usual user manuals and warranty information. So check this out. This is an aeroplane headphone jack adapter. Now airplane companies tend to make these headphone jacks so that you have to buy their cheap ones on the flight, and AKG have really hooked you up here. This actually might be one of the nicest airplane adapters I've ever seen. We could say it's the finest known to man, maybe. But anyway, I really like this chrome finish. It looks fantastic. Now I'm just trying to figure out where the headphone cable is. So I found it here inside the neoprene case in the little pocket at the back here, and let's have a look at these cables. Now I really like these cables because they're braided, which means they don't get tangled as much as plastic or rubber coated cables. It's a really nice touch there by AKG. So here you can see the 3.5mm audio jack. It's got a nice bit of branding on there, chrome finish on the tip as well, which is nice. And the inline remote is actually finished in chrome as well, which I really like. It's got some branding on there so you can answer and make calls using that cable. And on the other side you've got one button that does everything. You can answer your calls, you can skip tracks, you can stop and play your music. So that's everything that came in the box. Now I'm going to be doing a full review on this soon, but I was advised by one of the AKG experts, and he told me I should play audio through these for 100 hours before the drivers really settle in and deliver the optimal sound performance. So I'm going to follow his advice, and in 100 hours time I'm going to be doing a full review on these headphones and letting you guys know what I think of these in comparison to the other headphones I've been using lately. But so far so good. But listen here real quick, if you haven't hit the thumbs up and you haven't subscribed yet and you haven't turned on your notifications,